Welcome to the Ultimate Marketplace Reset Activation Awareness, a conversational training resource of www.theultimatemarketplacereset.tumblr.com. I am the Chief Moundbuilder Architect in the New Era Marketplace, Joseph L. Jones Jr. from I Am the Moundbuilder Communications, and I will be bringing forth the creator of the New Era Marketplace Trajectories, who is the ultimate marketplace disruptor and the New Era industry standard queen, AliNICOLE. She is the founder of the Ultimate Marketplace Reset Conferences. The focus of this segment is about AliNICOLE WOW being the new possible and the new normal of this era. Before I bring her forward, I would like to share my own experience and also what I know about her current establishments and emerging developments and why she is certainly the new possible and the new normal. AliNICOLE has been doing this business reset and transforming and disrupting the business industry for many, many years. She has put together countless publications, over 200 publications. She has been interviewed on numerous different platforms and programs and shows. She is known internationally for her broadcasting and her branding and her industry excellence. So she is certainly the person to listen to and to heed when it comes to business, when it comes to this new business era, and when it comes to this new marketplace. This is why she is the new normal. Now we are going to hear from AliNICOLE WOW about what the marketplace can begin to expect as this trajectory sets in with new possibilities and new normality. AliNICOLE, we are looking forward to hearing all that you have to share.
Oh, well, thank you, first of all, so much, Joseph, and for those wonderful words. I'm just like, wow. Now I actually have to come in and deliver on this, don't I?
I sure you would have no problem doing that whatsoever.
Oh, thank you so much. Listen, I want to extend my hearty congratulations to you for all the accomplishments that you have been achieving, especially in your leveling up and everything that you are bringing forth as the chief mound building architect of this new era. And I'm just so excited, and I just want to honor you because without you, a lot of what I'm bringing forth just would not be possible in terms of how it all expands and comes into fruition. So I just want to thank you so much for all that you do, all that you've done, and what you will just continue to do. Just want to express my deep and sincere appreciation for you.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh, you are most welcome. You are most welcome. So glad to be doing this work, with you. So you mentioned about a few things that this new normal experience would bring forth in the new era marketplace. And so, a few things that we are going to see happen as a result of this new normal is that the evolution of giftings and talents, also operational frameworks and innovations for business, corporations, entrepreneurs, even foundations and some of the spiritual structures. There's a lot of different areas, but we're going to see a completely different expression of all of these areas that will come forth, and they certainly, have to. And because you've been a part of the calls that we've been doing to help prepare people for an upcoming conference of the Ultimate Marketplace Reset, you've gotten a great sense of a lot of the transformational aspects and evolutionary aspects that are going to be, happening as a result of us seeing something completely different. And
Mhm.
also because you've been a part of the work, I want to speak to some of the models that we are going to see that are going to be taking place. And they're not going to be optional. They are going to be requirements for this new expansion. So as you know, you're also known as the multiplicity mound builder, in addition to the mound builder. And that is one of the models that is going to be very prominent in this new era marketplace. So multiplicity, multidimensional, and cross-functional models will be the new normal.
Right.
There's also going to be new financial formation, a new economic trajectory that's going to set up the win-win. And you've heard me talk about this, quite a bit, as it sets up um, the win-win, excuse me, for both the service providers and also consumers for what I call divine right value exchange. And we certainly can use that in this era because it has not been. Um, Previously, there definitely has not been the divine right exchange, but we need this to now be a holistic win-win for everyone. So I will be operating in my primary roles in a much more expanded way and really than ever before. This is really about being a chief architect advisor because I've been given the divine signet ring just as Joseph in the Bible was given to govern over the expansion process of Egypt. And of course, we all know that story, and you certainly do because you're really the new Egypt, new Joseph expression.
Yeah, I have some familiarity with that.
Yeah, yeah, just a little, exactly. Um, and so, Joseph was given, as I mentioned, this signet ring to govern over this expansive process for Egypt to supply what would be needed really before, during, and after the famine. So the signet ring gave Joseph full authority over the process. And and that's what I have in this process with trajectory creation and setting up these different frameworks. I also will be appointing other signet ring barriers in several fields of expertise to participate in the new expansion of a lot of different endeavors. And of course, I mean, you've already been appointed really from birth as being the chief mound building architect in the new era marketplace. So being able to have the position that you do to set up the new formats and architectural structures for what's going to be required, moving forward, you too carry, that vibration of having a signet ring to be given the authority to bring forth trajectories also too, and yeah, establish what's going to be required moving forward. So also, as you know, Joseph, and then others who are familiar with my brand, um, my empire, AliNICOLE WOW, She Does It All Media Empires, it was encoded with the evolution of the Bible experience. And that divine encoding unlocked the new era marketplace trajectories, which really is the John the Baptist, so to speak, the forerunner of the new now era trajectories. And this demonstrates the greater works that the Bible was speaking about, yet we actually don't learn about it within the scriptures because it's part of the New Now Testament of
Mhm.
livelihood and also business. But we were given the indications that there would be these works that no eyes have seen, no ears have heard. So we were told about it, but not necessarily what these expressions were going to look like. So we are at a time where we're going to begin to see higher levels of divine empire expressions that come forth and play out in the format of really the second coming of entrepreneurial brandings. And I've already brought forth this expression, but others will be activated through recalibration too, Joseph, in order to bring forth their greater divine works. So as my empire's divine encoding, unlocking these different levels of the evolution. And this, I just want to say this is by no means in a religious way. And the reason why I emphasize that, Joseph, is because there's a lot of attachment to old systems and old structures, even in the spiritual frameworks, and misunderstandings also of scripture that has not served the masses very well. So
That's
this
right.
is, but the Bible has spoken of all of this, but because there's been so much holding on to and not those structures and not really understanding the evolutionary expression, which religious systems obviously have leveraged for forms of control. But this is played out in the marketplace. It's played out in so many different areas, and this is why a lot of structures are crumbling. And so I just wanted to, to bring that up. But my empire's divine encoding unlocked the innovation, these new levels of innovation for me to create over 500 online platforms that serve different industries. And these also help to make up part of the new era marketplace trajectories. They're part of the new now testament, of business. And you also mentioned about me publishing over 200 works. I have close to 300 on Amazon, and those publications also serve a variety of niche markets. So it is the cross-pollination effect of being able to become all things to all men and elevate them and bring them into this higher vibration of greater truth. So another thing that we're going to be seeing take place in this new normality, so to speak, is that miraculous things will be occurring. And as I mentioned before, as the scripture talks about, no eyes have seen, no ears have heard, the divine authority that people will be operating in, it will be an unstoppable force in transforming this new marketplace. There's going to be a new financial grid, and this financial grid will be shifting, and it's really going to be leveling us up into a new high-end expression. And as time progresses, I'll let everyone kind of in on this. Things are going to be changing rapidly. It's going to be, like I said, things that you just never even thought were possible. But in this level of trajectory, 6 figures will become like the new minimum wage, and lifestyle structures and more. They're just going to begin to shift. And that's why we've, over the years, been having to come up into these higher levels of understanding and consciousness, and ultimately why a lot of things just won't work for us. And we can try them on for size, but everybody's going to be coming into their unique individuality, whether it is career, spirituality, financial, all of these are these areas are going to be that people are going to start unlocking their unique encoding, so that you get it right and you're not wasting time. And this precious time, we are allotted a certain amount of time, and we have to be great stewards of that. And how we are great stewards of that is by making sure that we aligned with what's going to be accurate for us. But we've been conditioned, so to speak, or we've been given all these different frameworks and formats of trying all these different aspects on for size. And as we know, there's no one size fits all, no cookie cutter, but this new experience helps to get people out of that so they can get into the accurate wisdom of what is going to be best for them at every phase. So there's a lot of things to start, really preparing for and looking forward to. And I'm grateful to be leading the way in the shifts and the openings of this new possible energy, because it's been created. And I've also created new career trajectories, new normals for business operations. I mean, there's so much more. And this is, as I said, and I will put this out there, and I'm just putting it out there and making it plain. This is not something that can be stopped. It has already been in motion and will soon be the overtaker of the old frameworks. And again, a lot of this still is going to play out individually for, for several people. Some will come into this expansion very rapidly. Some it still may take time, because remember that just the human conditioning takes time to adjust to, to things. And so we'll see it happen in different areas. But the reason why I emphasize that it is an unstoppable force is because we are in a different time now, a different era, where before, if you want to call it, other realms of darkness or whatever, potentially have seemed to reign. But we are in a different era now, and the more that people shift into that level of understanding, yeah, then the lights turn on for them, that those opposers, so to speak, don't really have the power that they once have had. Because there's a new, like I said, there's a new realm and a new trajectory that has entered into the space. And again, because it is new to those who have not even had knowledge about it, then yes, it will take a little bit of time for them to sync up with it. But ultimately, moving forward, it is going to be, like I said, the dominating force, and yeah, just not something that can be stopped. So just wanted to be able to share some of the things. There's so much that this new experience is going to bring about, but ultimately, Joseph, I just wanted to start seeding people with some new possibilities and new expectations, and let them know that there's new light that is emerging in leadership, and those who are part of the illumination of being new lighthouse leaders, so to speak, are going to be the ones who can bring forth these higher divine expressions, because this is what this is what we're here for. It's time for this. It is time for the win-wins to be there. Yeah, it is time for, as the Bible would say, the wealth of the wicked that is stored up for the righteous, but the righteousness is not about purity and all these different things. No, it is about right alignment and right standing in terms of your mission and purpose for being here, why you exist, and why you are here to actually thrive, and your source to be a symbol of holistic prosperity and more. And the time is now to start building and anchoring, these things, because I say you can't get results from a seed you plant today, of seeds that should have been planted 20 yesterdays ago. And most people are looking for that. But when you actually get calibrated into what is going to be real for you and true for you, then we can have what the Bible talks about, the redemption of times. You can have these evolutionary shifts. I like to play more to that energy than the quantum shifting, because the evolutionary shifting or evolutionary leaps will put you right exactly where you're supposed to be, according to your evolution and your maturity to be able to handle these different things. So like I said, there's new careers that are going to be emerging, and I already have these new careers that are created, these new opportunities, like I said, that people can start to step into and build these lives effectively. And ultimately, most people, because we're in the digital era, you're going to have to find your place and space online in the digital world. And so I do have teachings and different opportunities that people will be able to participate in for that expansion. So that's just some of it. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, there's a whole lot more. But certainly new possibilities, and what I'm bringing forth is the new normal that it's going to be. It just is.
That is a complete plethora of information and ideas and ways that we can implement going into this new business era and this new marketplace. And you have so eloquently laid it out.
Oh,
And
thank
you
you.
have certainly championed the right ideas and concepts that are essential right now. and continue to champion those. We are
Oh,
ever so grateful to have you leading the way in this new era marketplace and establishing this new trajectory so that business owners can be successful in this new time. What I appreciate about what you were saying is that you're talking about a new normal, but you're emphasizing the new and less emphasizing the normal. When we think
mhm,
of normal, we think of business as normal and going back to the way that things have been
mhm.
normally. But now we're looking at establishing a new normal
Yes,
that has not been in place before. And
right.
that's what you're bringing and that's what you're establishing. And that's what's going to save the business owner moving forward. And we really need to emphasize that. This
Mm,
is about saving your business. This is about repositioning where those businesses are so that they're not swallowed up under this onslaught of darkness and challenges that are
mm.
wiping out a number of other businesses who have been improperly aligned.
Yes.
So, thank
Well
you so
stated.
much for being that voice and being that example
Oh,
so that
thank
we can see
you.
that light and make our way out of this darkness.
Oh, thank you. And thank you once again for such powerful articulation. I mean, you're a master communicator, and when you put your words together to bring forth commentary, man, it's just amazing. It just is so spot on. Just couldn't be stated better. And I really appreciate you. And again, I'm so excited because of your participation with me in terms of bringing all of this to the world and the work that the continued work, obviously, that we have to do because in a lot of ways, the higher work begins now because in the building and setting things up and bringing some people into the understandings and getting them to level up themselves. But because this is going to be something that plays out more massively, um, and more people are going to be gravitating to this, then yes, that's where our higher works of service began. But I'm really grateful that I have those 500, well, over 500 platforms in different places that people can segue to, and a storehouse of publications that can start the leveling up process. So I'm really happy about that. And then, as I said, happy of having you and others too who are being groomed up for this experience as well.
That's amazing. And we're so very, very thankful for that. Audience, you have been gifted with the mastery and the brilliance of
Oh,
AliNICOLE. And we thank you so much for taking the time to join us. And be sure to follow www.theultimatemarketplacereset.tumblr.com. We look forward to having you join us for the conference and for other endeavors that will follow.